Hello, hello, hello. It is a gloriously beautiful sunny day outside, so I decided I would come outside. Plus, it's a holiday, so everybody is inside and loud. I wanted to sort of tag team off of what Adam posted the other day about eating out. As you know, if you have been following my posts, my comments, my videos, I have food sensitivities. I have some digestive issues that I am working on and struggling with. I too work with somebody to try to figure out what's going on and supplementation and all of these things to heal my problems. Some of this could have been fixed years ago had I learned all of the things that we are trying to instill in you now. So really dive in and listen to this. And go back to the last video I posted about what's your why. I mean, what is it that why are you here? What is it you want to accomplish with your health and your life? And get your mindset right first, because if you don't do that, nothing else is going to work. If you are in the back of your head every time you see something, a comment or a post that we do telling you that you should do this, or these things are good and these things are bad, and in your mind saying, well, I don't think it's really that bad, it doesn't bother me, your mindset's not right, because I've been there. I've been there and I've done that, and many years later, I'm still dealing with some of the issues that I could have corrected a long time ago if I had my mindset right. Granted, there's a lot of information that's come out new as far as, hopefully the wind doesn't make this too bad, as far as, functional nutrition and gut health. There's been a lot of developments in the last few years which make a big difference in my issues. So, there is a light at the end of the tunnel if you do have stomach problems, if you do have food sensitivities. It can be fixed, it can be corrected. So don't just throw in the towel and say it'll never be better. It can be better, and it will be better as long as you do the work. And yes, it is going to be hard. And that's what kind of led me into my video for today. So, Adam talked about, yes, you can go out. You can totally, morning. You can totally go out and eat. You can go to parties. You can go to family functions, and you can still eat healthy and stay within your lifestyle choices. And a big part of that is own your lifestyle choices. Don't let anybody shame you or make you feel inferior or make you feel stupid or whatever, make you feel anything other than empowered by the choices that you're making for yourself. One, they don't know you. They don't know what's going on in your gut. They don't know what's happening in your health necessarily. And that goes for your family too. And again, I say this as from a place of somebody who has dealt with all of this and still deals with all of this. Now, my children are amazing. They will ask, does this have gluten in it, Mama? Does this have dairy in it? Can you have it? And they are so nice to try to find stuff that is gluten-free. And they make those choices themselves a lot of times as well, because they know the issues that I have and they know what I have been dealing with. And we talk openly about it. I don't care if they're, 5, my 5-year-old, we talk openly about gut issues and about what food does to them, because I want them to grow up in a better place than I did food-wise. But going back to the main topic here, when I say don't let somebody shame you, when you go to a family function or you're going to the bar, it's the same thing with alcohol and drugs and all of that. Don't let anybody pressure you or shame you into doing something you don't want to do. So you don't let somebody shame you into going out and going on a bender and drinking everything in sight and waking up having no idea what happened the day before. You wouldn't do that. So don't let them do that with food either. And food is the one thing that people will do that. They've, for years, people tell me, oh, just let the kids be kids. A little sugar's not going to hurt them. Chocolate's not going to hurt them. Let them have the ice cream. Let them have the fried food. Let them do this. Let them do that. They're kids. It's fine. Kids are resilient. I will give you that. But it's setting the stage for all of the obesity, insulin resistance, diabetes, heart disease. All of that starts now. You look at children, more children are obese now than they ever were before. And it's because of that mentality that kids, they'll burn it off. Their metabolism's so high. They'll be fine. It's not fine. It's screwing them up now so that they're going to have all the issues earlier in life than the people who didn't eat like that growing up. But again, back to the, to the main thing. When you go when you go to a family function, don't be afraid, or friends, don't be afraid to tell them, I have these sensitivities. I have these are the foods that I cannot eat. Will you have something that I can eat? And if they say no, bring your own food. Don't be ashamed. I have brought my own meals to many, many, many family functions. I have cooked the holiday meals because I wanted to make sure that I had food that I could eat versus starving all day because nobody bothered to cook anything or to have anything available that I could eat, knowing that I had food issues. So, this is something that you'll have to deal with. And, and it's not even that you have a sensitivity to something or an allergy to something. Just the fact that you don't want to eat or drink certain things, people won't care and they won't go out of their way most of the time. Now I have, and this will stay with me forever. We went to one of my husband's friends, high school friends. We went over to their house one day for dinner. First time we'd ever been over to the house. They invited us over. They have 3 children as well, close in age, a little older than mine, but close in age. And they wanted us to come over. So I, of course, go over thinking I may not have much food to eat. I may go hungry. I have snacks in my bag. I know, I'll keep stuff in the car, whatever. They made sure there was gluten-free pasta, that there was gluten-free, dairy-free shrimp. They had salad with no croutons and no cheese in it. They went out of their way to make sure that I had food that I could eat because they knew. Here's the thing. They have a child who has, I think, a nut allergy. So they know what it's like living with an allergy and always having to have your own food or make sure and check everything. So it was like the greatest thing in the world. It was like I can't even tell you how happy it made me that they went out of their way to make sure that I was taken care of when they invited us over to their house. Now, any good host should really do that. Find out, if you're inviting people over to eat, find out if they have sensitivities, if they have issues, if they have food restrictions, whatever it may be, and try to accommodate them. And don't be, if you are the host, don't be upset if somebody brings their own food, because that's what they need to do in that moment for themselves, and that's what's more important. They came to your house to enjoy spending time with you, not so much about the food. And on the reverse of that, don't be ashamed to bring your own food. Bring it. Let people ask you questions. Tell them why you are eating the way that you're eating. Explain to them. And, and for them, it might be the eye-opening moment that they need to make some choices, some better choices for their life. So don't ever let anybody shame you into not doing what you need to do to be healthy. And the same goes with, going out. When you go out to eat, don't get the appetizer. Don't get the drink that you know you don't want that's full of sugar. Make sure you tell your server, I cannot have these certain foods, and they will go. I mean, especially nowadays, it's a little lie is okay, a little white lie. Tell them you have an allergy to something if it's really important to you, and they will make sure that the chef knows that you have an allergy, a sensitivity, whatever, to something, and they will make sure that what you get comes out with no cross-contamination, because that's a big thing, especially with gluten in a restaurant, is the cross-contamination. Even if you're getting something, like say you want sweet potato fries, because I love sweet potato fries, they're fried in the same oil that regular fries and any breaded things would be fried in. So first of all, the sweet potato fries are not the healthiest option. They're better than the regular fries, but they're not the best option. But there's cross-contamination. So if you have a gluten sensitivity, you can't have those technically. Technically, you shouldn't. You might suffer for it. So make sure you talk to your server. Make sure you ask, is there an allergy menu? Do you have a gluten-free menu? And whether they have it or not, they will make sure that they take care of you, because, there's liability. If you were to get something that had gluten in it and you have celiac and you die, hello, lawsuits. So, just... the main thing here is just, I want you to own it. I want you to know what works for you. That's what we're figuring out here. Figure out what works for you. Figure out what you need to have in your life for your health, food-wise, and then own it. And don't let anybody shame you. Don't let anybody tell you that that's stupid, that it's wrong. You know what you need to do, and you do what makes you feel good. Now, granted, if somebody's like, oh, well, I do, keto and intermittent fasting and I've lost 100 pounds. Okay, well, great. That worked for you. Okay, that's not for me, and I will say keto has a place, intermittent fasting has a place. There are good things about being vegan, there's good things about being vegetarian, there's great things about being paleo. There's all these different lifestyle or diets out there that have a purpose and they have a reason. And if you're doing it for the right reason, great. If you're doing it because so-and-so said that they lost a bunch of weight doing keto, or I lost a bunch of weight because I was drinking these ketones, don't. Just let them do their thing and you go on with what works for you. So that's my soapboxing for the day. I just wanted you to know that because I kind of, it hit home again with talking about going out to eat. For me, it's a struggle. I don't go out to eat often, mostly because we have 3 kids and they don't eat but junk food at most restaurants. So why would I want to do that to them? Why would I want to pay for that? And then a lot of places do have gluten-free and allergy-friendly menus, but it doesn't necessarily fit within the healthy food options that I would prefer. So it's just easier to cook at home. So again, own it, love it. Be true to you because that's what's most important. You're not here to eat to satisfy other people. You're not here to make other people feel comfortable with your food choices. You're here to do what you need so that you can be the happiest and healthiest version of you possible. So enjoy your day, enjoy the foods that you get to eat, enjoy the health that you get from those foods, and I will see you next time.